Cheers. Welcome to Martini Mondays with Chrissy. Cheers. And Alexandra. Chrissy, I have to drink after a cheers.
Yes.
Thanks for your patience with us with filming and not posting right away. I decided within a month and a half to move, and we're building. So we just moved in here last week.
And I need this.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be getting more content from us now that we're living together.
Maybe a little crazy.
Good, bad, ugly,
No.
whatever. Well, we're going to be very transparent.
Mm-hmm.
Today we are drinking Cosmopolitan by Skinnygirl. I love to keep it skinny as possible without sacrificing taste and not having to drink. And what I love about this is they made it with white cranberry, and it says, finally, a pretty flirty clear cocktail that won't stain your carpet or your couch, which every woman I think wants.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And especially if I'm drinking a Cosmo, I'm probably not with my kids, and I decided to wear whites because I can't wear white around my kids. So if I spill, I don't stain my white shirt.
That's right.
So it's good. I like it.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm not a Cosmo drinker anymore. I used to be, but and that's what started me. Sex in the City with the Cosmos. That's when I started drinking them. But my French martini is my go-to.
We know.
Mm-hmm.
Today we finished up last week with invitations, and today I think it's going to be a two-parter because it's a lot. Decor.
Yeah.
Where do you think, I have some notes that I want to ask, but where would you start with decor?
Well, the venue dictates it a lot of times, like at your wedding. That was at a hotel downtown, a lot of gold, very ornate. You wouldn't do farmhouse tables in there. That said, if you go to a venue like the Garrity, which is a raw space, you could do whatever you want.
Yes.
You can get married on a farm and still pay $500,000
Easily.
and have beautiful, upscale everything. But it would have to match. It would have to somehow follow.
Yeah, like you would
the feel of the farm.
It wouldn't be my gold
Chiavari chairs
and vases.
Right.
They were opera chairs.
Opera chairs. Sorry.
The vases in a bar.
Correct. Yeah. No, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But somewhere like the Garrity, you transform it into whatever you want.
They can do your walls, they change the floors.
He did something. I think it was his niece's wedding or something, and it was Keo. It was like a fairy tale, garden. It was spectacular. The whole
like an enchanted garden.
It was all flowers everywhere. It was spectacular.
Yeah.
So in a place like that, you could do it. But if you get a venue like Stevie's going to the Concord, that's also a blank space.
For the most part.
It's not a raw space, but it is pretty blank. So you could do wood tables there and wooden chairs. And think about, for example, even was it Bridgeport Art Center?
Yeah.
That Taylor Lane got married and Jenna Kelly got married. Jenna Kelly had a more traditional, but more casual though. Jenna had the buffet. They had the later on the
bags and so it was
So it was like that. Taylor went the other route where she had the chandeliers draped in flowers and sheer organza everywhere,
But I think that works where you can mix those two because, and I know this sounds a little nitpicky, but because the floor is wood.
Yes.
In a banquet hall, the carpet is always some goofy carpet that's different prints and stuff. They have been changing it up where they're more neutral, but that's not always the case. For some reason, banquet halls were always way more maroon and it was just so.
But you ignore that carpet though.
So hard.
Well, you have to ignore the carpet when you
I look into a banquet hall and see a bunch of wood lawn tables. Personally,
the thing is this: when you walk into a blank space, a blank banquet hall, and you look at that floor like Lena did when we went downtown to the Marriott. She's like, I hate this carpet.
Well, it's like red.
But you're not thinking there's going to be tables everywhere. You're not going to be seeing that. That's not what you're looking at. Hey, that's going to be at your feet, and nobody's really paying attention because the half of the floor is going to be dance floor that covers it.
Right.
So you kind of you have to ignore that. Can you find a place that suits your needs? Yes, maybe, probably. Who knows? If not, you have to ignore that, and you have to go with starting from scratch. And that gets back to the type of place. Very, very, very dressy. So then you think you're going to go with your golds or your silvers or
metallics. Dressier flower. You're going to go maybe with orchids.
Right. You're not going to have daisies.
No.
Right.
No.
Right.
So ultimately, your venue somewhat dictates. And I always tell my girls that are my brides, they always ask, should my dress match my venue? And I always tell them not necessarily, because you should wear whatever you love the most and what makes you feel like a bride and you envision yourself in that day. But if you pick an outdoor wedding,
beach wedding, you wear it on a beach. That doesn't hold any water.
You pick a beach wedding for a reason,
right?
So you're gonna gear yourself towards beach-y wedding dresses,
right?
If you pick a hotel wedding, you're gonna want something more opulent and grand, because you're picking a venue, unless you're not doing anything besides picking your dress. Ultimately, you're picking your venue based on your personality and your likes and your dislikes, where your dress is gonna fall into place. And your decor is going to fall right into place too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
I think, and I don't know if you agree with this or not, I then think you need to come up with your color story. Like, what's your main color and what are your sub colors? Do you have an accent color into your main color? Because you want everything to go. You don't want to say, well, I love red, but I'm going to throw purple and pink and yellow and orange into. Unless all the colors, they're showing a lot of colors right now, unless they all go. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times, like a main color right now is a baby blue. They are throwing in an orangey yellow or a light pink kind of accent colors, but the invitation might be blue. The linens are blue. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think baby blue is a bad example because it just reminds me of the baby shower. And I would
like that cornflower blue.
I don't know.
I don't like it. I'm just saying
for a wedding. That's kind of nauseating.
That's what they're showing.
Sorry. Oh, really? Anyways, I don't like that at all. The thing I think, like, again, I'm going back to your wedding. It was very, very dressy. You didn't match your bridesmaids to anything. You decided you were just going to go very creamy.
I went with like a champagne-y neutral color.
Exactly. So, and I don't like when they match the bridesmaids' dresses to. I don't like that when like you said, the bridesmaids are wearing blue, so they might have blue here. That I wouldn't want blue flowers. I think you have to sit and decide what your color scheme will be. When we did the cotillion years ago, we were talking about this before. It was in December, and we were doing white hydrangeas, and we wanted lavender because that was our theme. Lavender was the theme that we chose.
They did it in the summer.
Maybe the lavender we did in the summer.
And just,
because
no, but it was,
we always did it.
When you changed it to the summer, it was the lavender flowers on that glass.
Right. It was a clear glass vase. It was summer.
But I don't think they could get the lavender.
They couldn't get the lavender. No, they could get the lavender, but they were very, very, very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So our florist said, I can get cheap white hydrangeas and we'll spray them. And they did. And we just had a ball of hydrangeas on this crystal vase with a crystal hanging inside because it was the crystal ball.
Right. That was
and
pretty.
It was simple and it was elegant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think we did like a kind of we didn't do silver, but we did like a silvery tablecloth and lavender napkins. And it was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
but I'm saying that was kind of your pop or main color that you based everything around was that lavender.
Yes. Yes. And listen, I'm sure a lot of brides today are, if they're doing black bridesmaids dresses, black might be their color. But I necessarily wouldn't do that. Maybe I would do silver tablecloths. You know what I mean? You can, obviously, but I would do silver tablecloths. You don't want to do black bridesmaids dresses and purple tablecloths. That would look dumb.
No.
So,
like,
I guess in a sense, the bridesmaids kind of dictated.
well,
And I hate to say
everybody's
that.
at your head table too. And that's the main focal point. And that's something with decor too. Like the head table is one of the main focal points in the room.
Yes.
And if you're having all your if you're not doing a sweetheart table and you're having all your bridesmaids and groomsmen sitting up there like a traditional head table, and I'm not saying the 2-tiered, I just mean, a long, beautiful table, it's going to be a lot of your pictures. It's going to be a lot of video because as people are giving speeches, they're focusing on you and you're surrounded by them.
Yeah.
You do want them to kind of go.
Yes.
Like that sage green color that's very big now.
I love that.
Which I love. And I love adding this amber kind of color. I just did a photo shoot with that I could post. It was very cool. Some people are throwing in burgundy flowers or the wine color flower, which I like, but I would absolutely not do that color bridesmaid's dress personally.
The
like a burgundy.
Oh yeah, no,
I would do some type of amber color in a sense of maybe like a goldish or a bronze or, so everything, that's your color palette. Everything goes.
Wouldn't you do though?
Or maybe
you're saying if you do the sage green,
it's like your main color,
and you're adding to it either the amber, or what if you're adding that rusty, not rust, what did you just say, like not a purple,
a burgundy or
maybe wine, maybe more wine,
because I don't like burgundy.
Would you do an amber dress on the bridesmaids? Or were you saying amber with the amber?
Yeah, but I'm saying if it's burgundy, I still wouldn't do burgundy. I would go more gold or taupe or, like an underlying color that brings
one of this color. Exactly.
No, but
you could do the moss green though.
You could absolutely do the moss green.
Yeah, that you can do. But you're saying the color that's complementing it, you would not do the bridesmaids dresses.
No, I find a different complementing.
I agree.
Like a copper even.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm like looking here because, you know what I mean? Like, these are maybe your colors, and you could do like a taupey, champagne colored dress.
Yes.
So that is all part of the decor.
Yeah, all it is.
Down to the linens.
And just now with, 10 minutes of discussing this, it really is very important. It takes a long time to figure it out.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm such an advocate of Pinterest, and I know the old school way, and I hate this because I love getting a magazine now. It was looking through the magazines, flagging them, pulling on things, and making kind of your own collage. And I think people should still do that.
I agree.
For just the sake of convenience and more options, I think you have to make your mood board and collage in Pinterest. Make a few of them. If you think you like... if you think you like black and white, go through all that. Yeah. And you want to throw in green ferns or something, do that. But if you're not sure because you always loved magenta, I'm just throwing it out there, do a separate mood board and then see how it works.
Yes. Yeah, that's the best way to do it these days. I mean, what I used to do, like you said, I'd go through magazines. Yeah. I had a clipboard. Yeah. I'd cut everything out. And that's when I did the house, same thing. I would do the same.
Right. So we don't have all that we're doing in my house. It's right on Pinterest.
Exactly.
I'm saving.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the same thing with decor. And they have this option now on Pinterest to create a collage. Oh. Within the last year, they did it. So you could create an actual collage mood board, which is really cool and beneficial to, your wedding planner and stuff too. So you can actually show them your vision.
Yes. Yeah.
So I would recommend that. And then that gives you your whole kind of idea. And you could throw pictures of your flowers in there, whatever you want.
And once I know we talked about invitations last week or whenever we did it, but you can also match your invitations if you want to that scheme too. Like you said, that mossy color now, to do a mossy envelope and maybe a liner that has
print or
a
something.
print floral, all those beautiful colors, and then just do a creamy invitation, and we'll pull it all together. Years ago, you did do that. If you knew your color scheme was going to be maroon, for example, at a bridal shower, you sent a maroon invitation. They always,
That was matching your purse, belt, and shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. When you got there, you were like,
into a little bit. Yeah,
they're going to do a maroon
bridal shower.
Party. Party. I'm drinking too much of this.
I love it. I want more. I should have known I would like it because I really like their skinny margaritas.
Yeah, you do.
This is already a lot of information that we spit out, so I definitely think we need to go into parts.
But
I want to end with, regardless if you're doing florals or props like I did, and I can post pictures so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. Don't you think as you walk into the reception with your flowers or your design, and you don't have to give the whole room away, but don't you think there has to be a moment?
Yes.
And it does, like, maybe it's your card table with a huge thing.
Yes.
Maybe it's the banquette like we did with the feathers coming out the top.
I don't think that it just has to be one moment.
I'm saying sorry, I should clear this up. I'm saying before you walk in to the room, because when you walk into the room, it's everything as a whole.
Yes.
As people start to enter your cocktail hour, wherever they're going, shouldn't there be a moment kind of giving you a sneak peek into what's happening?
Yeah. So
behind the doors,
each, well, like George's wedding, for example, the room that they were going to give him for cocktails was too small.
Right.
So they were trying to give us another room somewhere, and I said, the actual venue is magnificent. It's 4 stories tall. It's all glass.
Yes.
It was gorgeous. So what is you open the doors and everybody walks in the room.
Right.
And Morgan was concerned, are we giving it away? Well, a little bit, but who cares? Because, but your moment was the violinists that were dressed in the colors of the dark pink or whatever it is of the flowers, and they were playing rock. That was your
electric violins. I also think the violinists were. I keep itching me. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I also think the moment which allowed somehow the entrance and the room to be separated, even though it was all in the room, were the boards when you first walked.
Yes, that was a moment.
That was a moment. I saw that first.
Yes.
And then I saw the violinists.
Yeah, well, you heard the violinists when you walked in. You really weren't. You were focused on that board, which was so excited.
There were 3 boards. Welcome to and then the names and all that, and then it had the flowers coming around.
Yes.
That was your entry.
Yes.
And then you went into the wedding, even though it was all one space.
Yes.
So that was still, I just feel like you really, if you're putting all this time and energy into it, you really want them to walk in and say, wow.
Agree 100%.
And I think before they get to the reception part.
I agree.
So those are a few tips to start with. Maybe you should go back and write them all down because we have a lot more. Yeah, we got to talk about signage and bar decor, cakes.
Yeah,
talking about cakes. I asked someone the other day, it was a wedding planner, and she's a young wedding planner. She didn't know. She didn't know Sylvia Weinstock cakes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Were you, I was like, what are you, Gen Z living under a rock?
Yeah.
I wonder if she's still around doing them, though.
Maybe when we do cakes, we should get some samples.
Oh, we could try?
Yeah.
Like we did in the back of our store.
Yes. Remember, we were trying all the, maybe we should do that. That'll be fun.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can get a cake person. Is there any cake people that want to send us some cake?
Yeah, that would be great.
All right. Until part 2. Cheers.
Cheers. Happy Monday.
Yes. Even though I think I'm posting this on Tuesday. Yeah. See ya.
Bye.